Are you ready for a new Planet of the Apes?
I'm always ready for a new Planet of the Apes.
An updated Planet of the Apes?
Always. Always. I miss Caesar.
All right, so we are reviewing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
And before we get into this, remember to like and subscribe. I'm really talking to you guys on Instagram
and Facebook.
I'm talking to everybody, but we got a nice amount on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, we need to bring that amount up on Instagram.
We have great, chats with people on YouTube. So we're
oh my gosh, yeah,
we're loving it on YouTube.
Thank you all for that.
Thank you.
Okay, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is PG-13. It's 2 hours and 25 minutes. So if you decide to see it, don't say I didn't tell you so.
And this is the 4th installment. To have all 3 of them on DVD at home. Actually, no, it's not on DVD. I have them on digital. So, yes, I love them all, and I miss Caesar, and I'm sad still.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cry.
So this one stars Freya Allen as May. She's the human, or some of the apes call her Echo. She was in The Witcher on Netflix. I have that on my list, but I still haven't watched it yet.
I haven't either.
And then Noah is voiced by Owen Teague.
Okay.
Suna by Lydia Peckham. Raka by Peter McCann, or Macon, sorry. Kevin Durand is Proximus Caesar.
Not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durand.
Durand.
It sounded like Kevin Durant almost. You're like, no, it's not Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durand.
Right.
Okay.
And William H. Macy as Trevathan.
I don't even pronounce it.
I think it's Trevathan.
They got me pronouncing stuff wrong.
I could be wrong.
Trevathan. I don't know. Okay.
All right. So director Wes Ball breathes new life into the global Epics franchise set several generations into the future following Caesar's reign, in which apes are the dominant species living harmoniously and humans have been reduced to living in the shadows. As the new tyrannical ape leader builds his empire, one young ape undertakes a harrowing journey that will cause him to question all that he knows about the past and to make choices that will define a future for apes and humans alike.
Okay. So let me say first.
Okay.
I've loved all of the Planet of the Apes.
Alrighty.
This is probably my least favorite one. I didn't dislike it. It's my least favorite one.
You know, we don't talk about this before we start these reviews.
Yeah, we don't usually.
And I 100% agree.
I tried to say that before we started.
They try to act like they said, this is the best one yet. No, it's not.
Not even remotely. I'm going to say probably, I'm loving the second and the third one. Yeah. I'm loving both of those. But this is probably the least favorite one. And with it being 2 hours and 25 minutes, I thought it was going to be a little bit better than it was.
Yeah.
A little more.
It got a little slow at times.
Yeah, because I thought it was going to be a little more brawling going on.
There was a couple times, and I said I wasn't going to talk about this anymore, but I kind of.
I did. No, Julie, you did not off in Planet of the Apes.
I sure did. I had to keep trying to coax myself to wake back up, especially when it was the action scene. I'm like, wake back up, but I got all comfortable and stuff.
It did get a little slow sometimes. It did get a little slow sometimes.
Yeah, it did.
So we know we lost Caesar in the last one, and I don't want to tell you what the beginning of the movie is because somebody told me and wanted to tell me that, but it's just not the same without Caesar. We just miss him.
It's not. I think they went too far into the future, and then they tried to do a little too much or something. I don't know what
it did. And this, I hope I'm not giving it away. You've got people, apes in here who are doing things in the name of Caesar,
right? That
Caesar would not even remotely approve of. So they're using that to gain power.
Yeah.
You know, you say Caesar's name, that's some respect. You put some respect on his name. Everybody know you didn't F with Caesar when he was around. So they're using Caesar's name to do all this tyranny or whatever you want to call it. And some of them are like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is not what first of all, who are you, where you come from, and why are you coming over here trying to take over everything in the name of Caesar? And this is not who he was whatsoever. So this is where you're going to see a lot of the fight coming from.
Yep.
Internally, unfortunately. And you ape not supposed to kill other ape. Caesar made that clear. But sometimes, like what happened with Koba, he had to get rid of Koba because Koba is the one who started this war, pretty much. And I find it kind of amusing that humans are living in the shadows.
I know, right?
I'm glad it's not me, but I would totally get along with them. Like Caesar would have been my homeboy. I would have went and visited them and everything, you know?
Yeah, but they don't like people, so.
Some of them do, because, you know, they know Caesar was cool. You know, he was raised by a human.
People, yeah.
Yeah, he was raised by a human. So we have some notes here.
Yeah, so this story is set about 300 years after the War for the Planet of the Apes that came out in 2017.
Whoa, I didn't know it was that far out.
Yeah, they said generations have passed. When the movie starts, generations.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they went a little too far into the generations.
That's I could see maybe 100 years, but 300. That's
yeah.
Okay.
Director Westphal explained that he was initially worried about joining the franchise, believing that a direct sequel to The War for the Planet of the Apes was unnecessary and unimaginative, since it would be unfairly sort of compared to the perfect trilogy that came previously in the last 10 years.
I agree with that.
Once the director landed on an idea of jumping ahead in the timeline, that's when he became more comfortable with the idea of helming the next installment. Okay. He explained, so we came up with this idea to stay in the same universe. We're still a part of Caesar's world, but we're cutting many, many years later, after the fact, where you get to really explore what's become of Caesar, what's become of his legacy, his ideas.
His legacy, yeah.
Ball also shared that the film essentially acts as both a sequel and a prequel, bridging the gap between the previous trilogy and the original 1968 movie. Ball explained, we find ourselves sort of in the middle, honoring where it came from with this great reboot that happened with the Caesar trilogy, and start making our way to that 68 version where apes are talking and have democracy and all this crazy stuff. So that was the kind of approach we took.
And it, you know what, when I pull it up on streaming services, it pulls up all of them, all the old ones. Remember the one with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
And that ended crazy too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it pulled up all of the old ones. I'm like, I watched one of the really, really old ones a long time ago, but the one I watched probably maybe a month ago is the one with Mark Wahlberg, and that's still crazy.
Yeah.
But these are my favorite. Aside of this one was just, to me, all right.
It just kind of missed the mark for me.
Yeah.
War for the Planet of the Apes stars Andy Serkis. Star Andy Serkis has hyped this venture to titular Planet of the Apes, praising director Westphal and declaring that his sequel, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, will blow people's minds. I beg to differ, Andy, and I really enjoy your work. I love your work and everything that you do, but this did not blow our minds. We don't feel like this is the best in the franchise. It was not very good.
And let's see who agreed that this. Whoa, wait a minute. IMDb gave this 7.4.
Yeah. And then
okay.
Rotten Tomatoes, the critics gave it 80%. The audience score was 78%, which is a C.
That's a C?
Yeah, that's a C. In school, 78%, 80 and up, 80 to 90
yeah, 80
is a B,
and up is a, and
then
that's
90
a C
to
plus.
100 is an A. So
it's a C plus.
Yeah, so
I'm surprised it got that. I mean, as an audience, for me, I probably would have given it about 55%, maybe 50, maybe 50.
She's going even lower than I thought. Yeah.
It just didn't thrill.
Regarding extra scenes, there is one at the very end of the credits if you want to wait that long, but it's just an ape growl. That's it.
And you know what that ape growl probably means?
What's that?
Another one's coming.
Yeah. So that's it. So you don't have to sit there through the credits thinking that there's going to be an extra scene, because there's not. You know, if you decide to go to the bathroom and come back, that's all you're going to get is that ape growl. So how many clappers would you give this one?
Honestly,
since you said 55%.
Oh, I hate to say this. because I love it.
It's gotta be real. You gotta keep it real.
Does it make sense to say a strong 2.5? Or it really doesn't matter once we get to there?
Once you're below 3, I don't think that makes sense.
I just gotta go with 2.5 because the first 3 were so freaking good. With the T at the end. And this one just, it didn't thrill whatsoever.
Lackluster.
Boom, lackluster. What about you?
You know, I'm gonna give it a soft 3. You know, maybe I should go with your 2.5, but I'll stick with the soft 3.
Soft 3?
Because, you
that's
know,
fair.
it is what it is. Hopefully the next one will be even better. We know that the previous ones were better.
Way better.
So I'm basing it on that a little bit. And, you know, overall, the cinematography was good.
Yes, it was.
The acting was good.
So was the CGI. I like the CGI.
Yeah. Some of the story was pretty good, I guess.
Yeah,
You know,
it was all
that
right.
girl running around
Yeah.
chasing Noah. That was a little weird,
but they do good with the apes in there, and like she said, the cinematography is good. So you get you know, you want to give them a little credit for that. But
yeah.
I just hope they do another one. Maybe go back to the previous director. Maybe, I don't know, but
I think it would have been cool, and I know he didn't think that this would have been cool, but if he did like Caesar's grandson or something.
yes, somebody else from Caesar's bloodline.
Yeah.
Running it. We know one. Well, the only son that was really left was Cornelius, I think, his really little one, because his other son and wife had got killed by one of the humans when they came to you know, kind of raid their camp. But I think, because that's what I thought when it came out, is great, this is going to be Caesar's son running stuff, but I didn't know it was 300 years. 300 years.
I didn't know either till I
Into
got
the
in there.
future.
And they showed, you know, what happened to Caesar, and then they
Gosh.
showed many generations later, and I was like,
Yeah, that was a bit
and
much.
the apes were like dealing with birds.
Yeah, like they know how to talk to them. They can talk to birds. I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
They raised birds. They raised hawks.
So I guess that kind of makes sense. You know, Caesar was raised by a human. He learned to talk. He taught everybody else to talk and do sign language, and they passed it all down, which is good. Oh, and the voices in here. I do have to say the voices in here are great.
See?
Gosh. I love a good golden good golden voice. So yeah. So that is our review there of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. If you go see it, I would definitely recommend Matinee.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe wait.
It is one of those big ones, you know, with the full scenery.
Yeah, and the sound.
So yeah, if you decide to go see it, Matinee. Otherwise, it'd be cool if you waited till it's streamed on one of the platforms that you currently pay for, so you don't have to pay for extra.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay extra money for it.
And right now, I think it might be something like $20, but it'll go down a little bit. But if it's just you or one other person,
it's not out yet, right? I mean,
I thought I seen it.
theaters.
I thought I seen it on
Prime.
It might have been one of these other movies I'm thinking about.
Okay.
But I thought I seen it on Prime, that it was at home theater, and usually it's like $20 to rent it until.
Well, sure.
It's been out for a while.
If it's out now, it's going to be 20. If it comes out in like a month or whatever, it's going to, it's going to start with 20.
It'll go, yeah, and it'll go down a little bit afterwards. But see it at Matinee.
Yeah,
it's good to hear the boom. Now, don't forget that Jules and I, we are on, first of all, Cash App. Any donations will be appreciated. We pay for all of our own equipment, all of our own movies.
Yes, we do.
It gets expensive. So anything, if you want to make a donation, or if you have a legitimate company and you want us to sponsor, wear your t-shirts or your headgear or whatever, just inbox us. Let us know. We'll get back to you. Headgear?
You made me think of
kind of like, kind of like these, kind of like the scarves that I wear sometimes. We are also on Facebook, YouTube.
We are.
Instagram. And don't forget, on Instagram, if our video is longer than 15 minutes,
correct,
they will cut us off. But no worries. Just go watch it on Facebook or YouTube and chat with us. Let us know what you want to see. Make requests. We take requests. Let us know what you want to see. It doesn't matter what genre it is. All right. All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in, and we will see you back soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.